Okay, so we talk about a lot of different things on our builders call, which normally it's related to um, building a business, right? And and really kind of creating really your future. When you think about what it takes to retire, I've been running to a lot of people, man, that are in a precarious situation with regards to retirement. And when you look at what it takes to retire, it can be pretty scary. I don't know how people are doing it. Um, I just don't know, because with all the economic upheaval over the years that, just let's say you're 50 and you want to retire in 10 years, all the economic crashes and everything that happened during your career, depending on what you've done. And then with people getting laid off and then getting another job and getting laid off, getting another job, they never create that long-term pension or that long-term 401k, because once they leave, the 401k is, they might probably take money out and take the tax hit just to try to survive the next period until they get another job. I mean, how many people do you know that have been in that situation where they just have never created any career momentum, and they go from job to job to job and have not created any retirement savings, right? Like, there's a lot of people in that boat. So, ultimately, you either come to the decision that you are going to be working the rest of your life and working hard, and whatever paltry sum you're getting from Social Security, which is barely survivable. What is the average? What is the average Social Security? I think it's $3,500 a month. I think is what the average couple receives in Social Security across the U.S. And when you think about it, like, how does anyone live on $3,500 a month? You got to get real creative, I mean, it can be done. Certainly it can be done, and you're on Medicare, Medicaid. But $3,500, and you got to be hopefully you're in a house that's paid off. But typically, I find that people that have been in those situations, they're still renting. Okay, so maybe rent's $500 a month. I don't know. But there's three thousands left for a couple. They can buy food. I mean, think about it. I mean, is that what you see your retirement becoming, where you're trying to eke out a living on $3,500 a month for you and your wife? I mean, that's no way to live. If you have to, you have to. I mean, you can have a good attitude about it. But like, if myself, if we're not doing anything about it now, that's our future, right? Because if you don't do anything, you default to what doing nothing will give you, And that's just, the thought of that just really, especially for people, the other hit you take, not only from a long-term economic perspective when it comes to retirement, is a self-image perspective. Like, how many people had, their highest income year when they're 35, 40 years old, and they were making, 150, 200 grand a year. Then all of a sudden circumstances hit them where they lost their job. They couldn't find another dream job like that, or that job has been kind of phased overseas, or there's so many more young people that can do that job at half the cost that you would do it for a company. You price yourselves out of the market, and all of a sudden, your self-image was at 150, 200,000. You can't even barely find a decent job for 75 grand a year. And how many people are in that mental devastation, not only financially, but their mental devastation, that, because they feel like, I'm not worth anything, because they tied up their self-worth in how much money they were making, right? So that's So you got that going for you or going against you. It's the self-image problem. And I tell you what, I would rather start from zero with an awesome self-image and with nothing than having something with a terrible self-image. You got so, you're trying to dig out of a hole that's so deep when it comes to your self-image. Because anybody who's wealthy, I don't care if it's Donald Trump, Jeff Bezos, if you took everything away from them, their mentality is such that they're gonna make it back again. Who would even think that they wouldn't, right? You would not ever think they wouldn't, because they've already built that self-image and that mindset. Okay. Making money and creating wealth has everything to do with how you think about that than what your actual circumstances are. You know, when you look at everything that you have at your disposal to create your life, to create an awesome life for you and your family, wow. You know, with the alliance, with Abuyuan Financial, using all the tools to your disposal, you know, it's like, there's a great analogy. It's like you have a Ferrari sitting in a driveway and you're driving it like it's a Yugo. And for you old people, you know what a Yugo is, right? You're driving it at like 25 miles per hour and you're not stepping on the gas because you think you don't understand the vehicle that you're driving that can go up to 200 miles per hour, top speed, to getting you to a destination pretty quickly. You just don't know what you have your hands on. You don't know the vehicle that you possess to change your financial circumstances. And not only change your financial circumstances, to change your mentality on becoming wealthy, right? First, before you can get wealthy with us, you have to change how you think about wealth, how you think about money, right? And how you think about your relationship to money, to then translate that to taking advantage of this opportunity, okay? And probably the biggest thing I'm talking about is the investment return mentality, right? Versus the, oh my gosh, I can't afford to blah, blah, blah in order to blah, 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 right? You just can't mentally get over that hump. And then there's a part about, if I do the work, will I get the return mentality? Like, we're talking, the first one is investment in money. Excuse me. The second one is investment in time, energy, and effort to get the return. So you got those two things. Then the third thing is emotion. Can I handle another failure? If this doesn't work, can I handle that? Right? So there's the emotional way of thinking about this, that can I ever do it again? That's why it's kind of interesting, the age thing. So let's talk about the age thing. A lot of you guys here, let's see if we got any young whippersnappers. That's probably our problem. Tiffany, she's the youngest person on here. Okay, so here's what you're dealing with when you're old. You're dealing with all your past. The past that has made you the way you are today. And for some of you, that's a good thing. For some of you, that's not a good thing, right? Because you encumber yourself with the past. You think about when you were mega successful in the past and are not financially successful now, right? Or people came to you for all kinds of advice. Now, no one comes to you for advice because you're not in any position of leadership and you're not getting that validation that people value your opinion and experience, right? You're afraid to start something new because you don't know if it's going to work like other things had worked for you in the past. You got beat up too much. Young people, think back to, young people, I'm just going to say when you were young, because we were all that age in our 20s. When I think back to when I was that old, I was willing to try anything. I tried different things. I was in the Air Force, but I tried different entrepreneurial things that didn't work. But I was willing to try. I was willing to, I had this devil may care attitude that I had my whole life ahead of me. Whatever mistake I was making, I was going to learn from it and put that experience on my belt and try something else. I just had this resiliency, right? That if I, fell, I'd come back. There's this sense of adventure, I think. I didn't really have much other than, what I did at the Air Force Academy, what I did in high school. Comparing all that, what can I compare my future work with what I did in the past? Being a straight A student or being it just, what I'm saying? It's pretty funny when you think about it. When you're younger, you don't have much of that past to deal with. Here's the other thing about being young is time kind of flies. Because when you are 20 years old, another year in your life is 1/21th of your life, right? 1/21 of your life, 1/21. But when you think about the ratio of 1 year to the life you've lived, it's a small percentage, right? Time just kind of, whoa. It didn't go fast. It was like a large part of your experience that you lived. Time just marches on, and it's like, man, this year is taking very long. But now that let's say you're 60, like me, 1 year is 160. The year I'm in now is 161, 1/61 of my life. It is a smaller percentage of the life that I've lived. And it just flew by. How many of y'all can relate to that? That next year just seems to fly by, and the next year just flies by faster because in relation to the life I've lived, it's a small percentage, really small. That's why I get the sense of acceleration, and I don't have much time left. And I may not. This could be my last day. You ever have that perspective of thinking about the people that died suddenly, heart attack, especially the heart attack one is just the one that blows me away, is when you think about that person when they woke up that day. They were, they have vacation planned out already. They're going to go visit their kids. In a couple months because everyone got vaccinated, so they're going to see their kids, right? Or the kids are going to come up to their house. They've got a church gathering this weekend that your spouse is involved in planning food for. You got that to look forward to, right? And then you got a couple of errands to run because the washing machine kind of went to crap. So you got to figure out, man, I got to either get this fixed or, all these things in your mind. You wake up that morning, then 11 a.m., you have a heart attack and you die, right? Every person that died suddenly had their life planned out, or they were looking forward to things that were going on, assuming they're going to be around. And that just blows me away all the time, right? I think about that. I think about, how am I living my life right now in order to make my future better immediately and long term? We only can do what we can do, right? We can't just assume we're going to die tomorrow. But how we live in our life as far as making too many assumptions? I guess the answer is urgency. Do you have urgency in living your life in a meaningful way? And I don't mean urgency just making money. Urgency with spending time with your family, right? Urgency at, making sure that your family's taken care of. All those points of urgency. So what am I getting at here? Well, I'm getting at the idea that complacency should have no place in your life. Complacency should have no place in my life, right? What does God talk about? The lukewarm person, right? You guys know what he does with that lukewarm attitude, vomits them out, right? I mean, vomits them out. I never want to be that way. So when you think about what it is we do here, so I hope you enjoyed Terry and Tia Edwards' activity call today. It was pretty cool. They're in their little blog room, their podcast room. It was really cute. And yeah, they were very, very, they just really, the 40-40 thing, the whole idea of the 40-40 thing. And so I guess I want to lay out, like, what is it we do? What is it we do that can help you get to that destination? And whatever that destination is, put a big equal sign, or put an arrow, right? Retirement, what does that mean? Retirement, financial security, for your family to, maybe for your kids, financial security. Okay. Maybe being able to travel whenever you want to, pick up and go whenever you want, right? Maybe your thing is living comfortably in a home that you really enjoy, that has all the accoutrements and things that you're looking for, being debt free. Oh, no man, nothing but your love, right? Free from debts. You're never worried anymore about money and finances. Okay. When I look at this list, I think about my kids' financial security. Like, what I'm excited about when I die, their children will be set up for life. It's kind of a weird thing to say that, but their children will be set up for life when I die. How many of y'all can say that what you've built up in your life financially will be there for your grandchildren, that they will have lives free from financial fear? And that's the thing that just really gets me more than anything when I think about what we've created and what we've done and what we continue to do, right? I'm not done, man. I got more to build, right? So these are the other, these are those ideas of related to finances. But how many people did souls? How many souls did I impact, bringing them closer to God's will for them, right? Getting them on the right path, getting their lives right, bringing marriages back together. And it's not like I'm a marriage counselor, okay? But how the influence that we can have on people translates to souls. How many people are going to heaven because you had an impact in their life? How many people are we bringing with us there? You know what I mean? When I think ultimately, all this is great, but in this part, it's one thing to have the good news. It's another thing to spread that good news, right? He is risen. This whole idea that, now look, I'm not, whatever your beliefs are, okay, is yours. But if I can figure out how to help you become a better person in this world, right, so that you treat everyone with respect, without regard to skin, race, religion, all those things, it just, man, what a better world we'd live in. Better world for my kids to live in, right? Where we treat everyone straight up, like they're a brother, sister in the Lord. Like, think about that. What's cool about that? But how many of us even think about what we're doing on that side, let alone here? When you look at the destination, what is that destination? This is really your why. I call it the why that makes you cry. The why that makes you cry. And then measuring on this road, on this path from where you are today to here, where are you to achieve whatever these things are for you? I just threw this out there for you to think about what it is you're looking for, what drives you. Look, man, if it's along the way, it's to, drive a really nice car, give your wife the wedding she always deserved, or the honeymoon that she always deserved because you never had the money before to go on that, dream honeymoon along the way here. Okay. So here's the issue. The issue as I draw this out is that, it just, you keep marching along. Are you closer to here? Or are you closer to, nowhere? Okay. So the nowhere thing is worry, fear, doubt, right? How are we going to make it? How are we going to make it? Health concerns. See, the problem here is you're worried about living too long, right? And you barely can figure out what your kids are going to do because you're worried about what you're going to do. This is for lack of planning. This is the default for doing nothing in your life to get here. You're going down here, or you're going here. Okay, right? And so every year that goes by, where are you going? Are you on this path here? Are you doing this? Every year. And the further you diverge off this path, it takes longer to get there because this is time-based. This makes sense. Every year you march along. The further you're taken away, the less time you have to make it up to get here. Does that make sense? There's a time issue. It's a time issue, man. So we can call this alpha. That's the angle. For all you engineers, you're probably going, golly, Alex is really nerding out on us. Every day that marches by, are you doing anything to get you closer here? Are you diverging off the path? Are you diverging off the path? And again, I'm talking about your financial life, your spiritual life, your relationships, right? The things that matter that you should value in your life. Where are you going here on this path? Because the further you diverge, the harder it is to get back on track. Because you're dealing with habits. You're dealing with thought processes of how you think about money, how you think about yourself, your self-image starts moving you in this direction. And you got to take a ton of energy to move it this way until it turns into a habit where your daily habits keep you on this path right here, right? But you've got to, anyone who's gone on a workout, decided to start a workout routine, or anyone start a diet, okay? What is a diet? A diet is a diversion of your daily eating habits, right? It's a diversion. How long do diversions last? You want a diet to become your lifestyle of eating, right? You want to create that habit where it's not a diet, it's how you eat. It's how you see your relationship to food, right? Your relationship to food. Some people have that relationship to food as a comfort. Like if I want to be comforted, I will eat ice cream. Okay, that's not a good thing. Unfortunately, I don't need a lot of comfort these days because I'm just so focused now. Like I am just so focused now on what I want to accomplish in many of these areas to shore up these things or get further along here, particularly in this area right here, Anyway, so when you look at this path, what do you have available to you in your life that can help you go closer here than the other place, right? And I'm going to talk terms financially, okay? So let's talk finances, okay? When you look at the alliance and what it provides you, it's pretty crazy. The things that we've given you, the tools we've given you to make money with us, right? I mean, if I just put out a list, okay, we have a lead program, so we can get you in front of people, okay, right? We got products to sell people that need it, right? Starting with life insurance, okay, and under life insurance, we have final expense, mortgage protection, index universal life, right, for tax-free retirement. Oh, geez. And those are kind of the main life insurance. And we've got every type of life insurance policy. Children's whole life policies for kids, right? Then we got annuities. This is retirement planning, right? And then we have managed money, securities that we can get people hooked up in. We got debt elimination with that Empower program. We got the health matching account to help people on their on that side. Then we got Medicare to help people with Medicare, and then we have all the health ancillary products like heart attack, stroke, cancer policies, hospital indemnity. Hospital indemnity. We have the, oh geez, I didn't even talk about all the different lead programs we have. We have so many ways to get you in front of people. The para program. So we do retirement planning for teachers. We have a lead program totally dedicated to that. And we keep adding things and adding companies. So we've got carriers that provide the products. We have now like 22 about ready to announce another relationship, life and annuity carriers, the 12 different Medicare companies, health companies with the other health products that we have. Oh, I forgot to talk about disability. We got disability. Well, let's talk about it. We have disability programs, long-term care, okay? This is probably under here, critical illness, which is kind of this right here. I mean, you guys, I haven't listed all the things that we could do. Okay, so when you think about it, so we have leads. I could list them all, right? We have ways to get you in front of people. Internet leads, telemarketed leads, Facebook leads, direct mail leads. We have the Mail Pro leads, which are, we're doing this hot transfer lead system, right? We just wait for people that are double verified, right, that are going to be filling up your calendar. You just sit there and wait for the calls to come in. We've got, what else do we got? I talked about telemarketing. Oh, I got this other one. This one, I'm not going to talk about it. I'm not going to talk about it now. I'm not going to talk about it now, but I'm going to talk about it. I will talk about it. This one's huge. It's unlimited leads. Unlimited. This one's definitely a game changer. I'm not going to talk about it until we get some test people on it and killing it. So we got product, we got leads, we got a way to get you in. Do you realize how you can help a client, starting with life insurance. So to that average Joe client that you bring on, you get them hooked up with life insurance, right? You get them hooked up with tax-free retirement. Then you find annuity opportunities. Then they have some investment money they want to put in. Oh, they got to get rid of some credit cards, right? They need to take advantage of their health matching account because they're going to reduce their out-of-pocket health needs. Then they're eligible for Medicare, okay? And then you take care of them with a heart attack, cancer, stroke policy. Oh, by the way, we can help them with hospital indemnity because they want to get paid when they're in the hospital, right? And if they're a teacher, we can help them plan their retirement as a teacher. So if your client's a teacher, you know, and then we get them hooked up with a long-term care policy. Okay, this is just one client, right? And not only are you going to make first-year income, you're also going to make renewals. On a lot of these products, they have renewal opportunities. So you're talking about putting one client on the books that is derived from our lead program, and then we are putting them on a client for life program to get them rocking, okay? So those are the tools in your toolkit. Now the question is, Alex, I don't know how to use the tools. Oh my gosh. So we've got training. We got training out the yin yang, right? We got all the Zoom calls. We have NAA University that has all the professional videos. We have live training meetings for specific things that you're gonna have to fly there. But you know, the investment part, investing in yourself, you have to get around the people. You have to get around the events. We have live training meetings that you can go to get around the people that are doing it. It's the subject matter experts. Like the subject matter experts are not going to fly to your town just because you need the training. You got to go where they're at, right? We got all this stuff available to you to take advantage of if you have the desire, the why to get here. So there's no stone unturned when it comes to giving you the tools you need to make this baby happen. Okay, so we're talking about this, how you can make the immediate income. But here's the other opportunity is if this is good for you, isn't it good for other people that you know that want to make money with us? And this is the whole idea of you develop a network of people that want to be part of your business, that want to be part of this awesome alliance integrity marketing deal, right? Integrity marketing, that we hook them up. We hook them up. And they have ability to do all this that you do, take advantage of training. They don't have to rely on you at all, right? They rely on the system that we put in place, all the things that we've given you. And I even forgot to mention, you've got a whole staff of people at your hands. We've got the training. You have a whole staff of people called President's Club, right? That is your staff. If you join President's Club, they're your staff that helps you take advantage of all these things through very exclusive conference calls or Zoom calls. They'll also help you on dialing leads. They'll get you hooked up. And then they'll also help you with your team as well. So they're a staff that you just pay your, what is it? I don't even know what President's Club is, 99 bucks a month. But your value you're going to get from all the staff helping you is just beyond measure, right? And then we have lead performance team, okay? President's lead performance team that helps you get hooked up on our lead program, right? And you have Jenny, my wife, that's here to help you. You got me, your upline, to help you with all this stuff to help you navigate. Like, it's like, well, Alex, I don't know where to start. Start with calling me and then asking, what do I need to do next? I'll tell you what you need to do next. We're not going to dump everything all on you all at once, but I think it serves to help you understand that you've got everything available to you to make all this stuff happen, right? But here's the thing. You personally can only do so much of all this. You can make a great living. You can put a retirement plan together. You could do all that stuff. If you had time to put money into retirement investment programs that will return, index universal life or tax-free retirement, but you need 15 years to get that sucker going, right? And you have to have the money to put into it. Okay, so to get to this financial security part, you will need other people. Like if you really want to get there quick, you will need other people to help you. Well, Alex, what does that really mean financially? Here's what it means, right? What if you, in your area, I'm going to use this analogy, okay? This is a home. In your area, how much can you get per month? I mean, how much would a home be to get $1,000 per month out of it? I know, what is it? $1,000 a month rent? What in your area would it be? In Florida, for example, Don, to get $1,000 a month rent, would that be, would that house be 100,000?
It'd be close to it. Yep,
Okay.
be close, maybe a little bit more.
Let's just say it's 100,000. Well, you got 1,000 coming in per month, right? With no mortgage, right? You own that house outright, so you can just rent it out. And this is beyond maintenance and all that other crap and taxes. Just making a very simple analogy that you think a $100,000 owned asset can produce $1,000 a month. So my question is, how long does it take? How long would it take you to put enough money away to buy a $100,000 house with no mortgage? 2 years, 24 months. So what's 100,000 divided by 24 months? Let's find out. 100 divided by 24 months. You need to put away $41.66 a month. Okay, to get there. How many people have that much money to do that? Like, not too many people. And you want to get there quick because you need to make $1,000 a month. Well, why don't you do this? Why don't you, let's say you're at 85% commission rate. In order to make an override of $1,000 a month, let's just say you make 10% override. So $1,000 a month divided by 0.10. So you need to override $10,000 of production. Okay. So this 10,000 can come out of, well, let's just do it like this. 2,000, 1,000, what's that, 3? Then does 1,000 in a month. This person does 5,000. What is that? 2, 3, 4, 9,000. This one does 1,000. So if you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 legs doing just a little bit, 1,000 a month, 2,000, you're already $1,000 a month. This business right here to you is worth $100,000 asset. How long did it take to find these people? We got people that are recruiting people right now that the people they're bringing on easily can do that in a month. Probably by the end of the year, the folks that are on my recruiting system easily should have enough people to get that done. Think about that. And not only is it overrides, okay, the $1,000 overrides, it's also renewals. You're going to make a percentage off the renewals long term. So not only are you making that immediate income, you're making renewal income on every single one of their business that's happening. Do you see what I'm saying, man? I mean, do you understand how insane an opportunity we have here to give you the chance to take care of this? And you might be 60 right now. You might be 60. You don't got time to like what? To have that monthly income to live a decent lifestyle. And this means everything above the souls part. This is a monthly income, right? This is, what would that be for you on a monthly basis to make all this stuff happen. I don't know what it is. What is it for you? 10,000 a month? Is it 20,000 a month? Is it 50,000 a month? What is that for you? Because everything you're doing today is either getting you closer to what that is for you or it is not. And every day you waste is another day that you can't make it up. You know, see, in high school, I was a straight A student except for 1B. I lost valedictorian by 1B because the other Chinese girl, Kim Young, actually Kim O Young, beat me. And it just burns me to this day because that one stupid B I got in physical education for cussing too much. And she beat me. I got straight A's. So I didn't have to worry about my grade point average much there. When I got to the academy, I was competing against people that were way better than me academically. And so I started out just with a C average. And I started getting my act together my junior and senior year. I got nearly straight A's. But it was so hard to overcome that C average because I just didn't. If I had like 10 more years of getting straight A's, I could overcome that C average where my GPA would be significantly different. Do you understand how averages work, right? And so if you don't have time after doing nothing to put anything away for your future, if you have not done nothing, you have to do something quick and overcome all that time with something effective. And I don't know anything that God has given me that you can find more effective than doing this right here, using this right here. Do you see the tools that you've been given, the gifts you've been given to do this, to be able to do this? So it's not only you, but it's people you bring into the party. And how many people are like you that have a need to make this stuff happen in their lives in a very short period of time, right? I don't know. I think, I hope I'm making my case here that everything is at your fingertips. Everything is right there before you. If you got an NAA number, you have access to this awesome program, and you got access to people that are smarter than you, people that have more experience than you. And I'm not just talking about me, the whole system, Andy Albright, the whole system to help you do this. A whole staff of people that are being paid salaries to help you. People are trying to give money away to you. They're trying to give you this. They're saying, please make money. Here, we got a lead program. We've got products. Here, make some money. You got to make some money. We're going to train you. Here, we're giving it to you. So you can get here. What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? This is so awesome. So am I making sense, or is this kind of not making sense to you? Because I'm trying best I can to persuade you that you are in the best business opportunity right now to make your dreams come true, whether you're 60 years old or whether you're 25 years old. Imagine that if a 25-year-old accomplished in 5 years what you could accomplish in 5 years, if they've got the rest of their lives to compound that success over and over and over again. So, look, you take your situation as you come, and then, hey, let's put a game plan to get going, right? Every day gone by not doing this is a day lost. Oh my gosh. Every day that you're sitting in a you can call it what you want, in a job that just gives you nothing other than barely survival income, barely survival income, that treats you like you don't deserve to be treated because your talents and abilities are way beyond that stupid job. Someone needs that job better than you, more than you. They're the people that, never made $800 a week in their lives. They're making $500 a week, They need that $800 a week job. You don't need it because you can do this. Like seriously, gang, if you're not making $500,000 a year with all these tools, you're not doing something right. Minimally, 500,000. This just basic stuff. You've been with us 5 years. You should be able to put together income, personal production income on a team where you're making $500,000 a year, easily making $500,000 a year, not including renewals that are coming in based on the business you've built. I'm not kidding. And on your way to making 500, oh, is it okay if you make 100? And then the next year make 250, the next year making 350, the next year making 500 is okay as you're right. But you got to get started making that first 100,000. You know what I mean? You got to get started. You got to get started there, right? And so the simple question is that, well, Alex, what do I need to do next? Okay, you need to get out of, pull your head in a place where there is light abundant and help abundant, and start deciding, what do I really want? What is the why that makes me cry? And then how do I get it? It's the coin that Andy Albright has put together. A whole bag of it here. I need to get these out to you who start doing something. What do I want and how do I get it? What do I want and how do I get it? This is coin. What do I want? How do I get it? Let me tear one open here. This might be for you. So what do you want and how do you get it? Right? It says there, sell, recruit, and build. What I just showed you, sell, recruit, and build. Build a future. And you don't got to know nothing about nothing. You just have to rely on the people to help you. Well, Alex, I bring on 1 or 2 people. How am I going to help them? Let me help them. Let the system help them. Let Andy Albright help them through all the things we're giving you, right? So how do you get started? Figure out what you want. And then ask me, how do I get it, Alex? I'm going to give you a game plan. It will probably involve getting competent at selling. Who do you know that wants to be part of this party? And I'm going to help you bring them on your team. Then let's get you hooked up with leads. Let's put a schedule together for you, and let's hold you accountable to working those leads and adhering to your schedule, weekly or twice a week accountability to make sure you're on track, right? And then list the people who you might think might be a good fit for this, and we start your agency off. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. There's not much more than that, man. We're not trying to make this hard. We're trying to make it simple. Okay? Trying to make it simple, Lord knows. Okay? And guess what? Your self-image will be built over time, right? It got torn down over time. It needs time to grow. And your self-image will continue to increase as you're putting the time, energy, and effort, investing the time, money, and emotion into yourself and into your business to build your self-image back up, that you truly remember that you were born a 10. You were born as a child of God, deserving of all the blessings that the King has to give you, right? And taking advantage of you being led to me, being led to the Alliance to give this opportunity to you. So God is not going to do it for you. He led you here for you to do it for yourself so you can reap the blessings and the benefits of you realizing that you're a 10. And you're a 10, but it doesn't mean you're not going to have challenges along the way. And that's how you grow. Your road to Calvary is your road, but your perseverance and your work will earn all these things for you in abundance. And oh, by the way, in the wake of what you're doing in your life, you're bringing other souls with you, man. You're bringing other souls with you because you're providing an example in your life. You're giving them an opportunity to get around people that believe, as we believe, that there is an eternity that we have an opportunity to participate in this short drop of life that that we are in right now, compared to the ocean of eternity that we're going to live in. And by you pursuing all these awesome things that you have before you, man, think of all the people you can be bringing in with you, man. It's to join the party. You know what I'm saying, gang? So seriously, this is one of the best things I've ever done in my life, right? And I think it can be the same for you, to get everything that you wanted and probably more than you ever dreamed, okay? And I am here to help you. I've got not much else in my life other than my children and my wife, and then you, helping you get here, okay? So anyway, man, I'm fired up. We are going to do this thing. We're going to get started in about 5 minutes. We're going to do on the Leadville thing. Don Webster's been the man, the tip of the spear to try to figure this thing out. And so I'm working with Jason Killings on it. So we're going to kind of answer some questions and try to, he's going to be on here in about 5 minutes. So you guys, if you don't want to hang around for that, I'm going to, you guys can drop off, and then we'll get started with that when Jason comes on board. All right. So there you go. I will end the recording now. Thanks everybody for being here, man. I appreciate y'all. I really do. Let's get on the leaderboard. Remember what I said last time. You need to develop this hunger to get on the leaderboard every week. If you could post business every week, you are on your way. You're on your way, man. Like, you should have this burning desire. It's like, I got to get on the leaderboard. If I don't get on the leaderboard, I am just going to die. Okay. You have to think about it like that, because that is the drive. And that's really kind of a young person's drive. It's their drive that they trick themselves, and it may not mean anything other than it's a challenge, right? So I challenge you, what can you do to post business next week? Can you call a friend? Can you call family? Hey, have you taken care of your children's policies yet? Our children's whole life with Forsters is the easiest policy to write on kids. I mean, can you do a children's whole life? Can you get one of your kids to write one on their kids? Man, get on the leaderboard next week, all right? Man, prove to me that you're listening. All right, man, I'll let you guys drop off now. And I'm going to end the recording, and then we'll wait for Jason to come on. So thanks, everybody, for being on.